gentlemen, Stephen here from the channel Redolessence. Thank you so much for tuning in and welcome back to episode 12 of Indie Exposure.
12?
I know, I can't believe it.
Flew by, bro.
Oh my gosh, it's like we're going back and forth. We're discovering all of these brands, some of which you introduced to me. I've never tried them before. And today I think I have the pleasure of doing that to you. You've never heard of this brand, right?
I did, but I haven't smelled them yet.
Okay, great, perfect. So this is episode 12. Indecent Exposure is a series that we mutually have on our channels where we sort of aim to highlight some lesser known brands, could be some up and coming brands, and not always necessarily indie. Sometimes they're niche, sometimes they could be designer, just something that we feel deserves a spotlight.
A little more exposure, if you will.
Absolutely. And here we have a French brand, not quite sure how to pronounce the name, but I looked it up online and it's spelled Indices, and I figured out the French pronunciation is Indices.
I was waiting. Okay. Because I would have totally screwed that up, for sure.
Okay. But in English, it's Indices. Indices is the plural of index.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. I'm with you.
And we have 3 fragrances here, all of which contain the note of ylang ylang. And ylang ylang is supposed to be a very personal kind of a note. It's very closely intertwined with our cerebral system or whatever the case might be.
Is that right? Is ylang ylang like a tropical floral?
It is.
It is, okay.
Yeah, and for that reason, all 3 of these tend to skew tropical. Okay. I think they all have this sort of tropical exotic vibe. In full disclosure, here we have the press release, and the whole thing is written in French. And we don't speak French, but I think we're keen and perceptive enough to figure out what a lot of these notes are. So we do have 3 what I think are wonderful fragrances here. If ylang ylang is a note that you like, it's sort of the note that kind of unifies them all.
So there's a common theme throughout. Question, are these natural or no?
I wouldn't say so.
I thought the little that I heard about the company that it was natural, but I'm mistaken.
I think there's always a synthetic somewhere in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Especially if I recall reading correctly, one of their fragrances is called Moroni, and it has musk in it. So I don't think they would use natural musk.
Right, cool.
I know there are a few companies
just
that
wanted
do.
To ask.
No, absolutely, definitely. No, it's cool. So actually, let's start with that one. It's called Moroni, and this one is about the traditional rituals of marriage, the consecration of the union, a coming together of 2 people, and almost a rite of adulthood. So it has cardamom, bergamot, ylang ylang, heliotrope, jasmine, cassis, amber, musk, vanilla, benzoin, and exotic fruits.
This is so rich and full and floral and tropical and bright and exotic. It's my favorite one.
Okay.
From pre-viewing before we started filming.
Yeah.
I really wish you would have went the other way. Because I'm like, this is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm sure unisex they say, but this is
a little feminine?
Yeah. In a good way. There are guys who do wear feminine fragrances. I would definitely wear this. But it leans feminine, I think.
I can see why you would say that, and I do have to agree with you.
It smells really good.
I get a lot of the tropical fruits in there. I don't know if it's guava or passion fruit.
When you sprayed before, I was like, fruits! I smell fruits!
I also like the fact that it has the ylang ylang in there, and it does lean a little bit feminine, but the fruits they have a strong enough presence to not necessarily mask out the ylang ylang, but provide a nice balance. So I think there's a nice harmony of the florals and the fruity nuances in there. It kind of reminds me of something that Escada would put out.
They intended to have a tropical, feel about it. They executed that well.
Yeah,
for sure.
And that's wonderful. And I would have to say this is one of the ones that I do tend to lean towards a little bit more.
Even though it's a little feminine, it's just really good.
Yeah.
It has a lot of personality and it evokes what it attempted to evoke.
Absolutely, I completely agree. So the next one here is called Anjouan, and this one has notes of bergamot, mandarin, green notes, ylang ylang, cedra de Virginia, vetiver, santal, amber, benzoin from Siam, tonka bean, and vanilla.
I know that guy Benjamin.
I think in the Bible it's referred to as Benjamin, gum Benjamin.
Benjamin. Really?
Yeah, I think so.
That's interesting. This is Really nice. I get a woodiness, a cedar character, and I get the other components. No fruitiness here. I get the floral, the ylang ylang tropical thing, but muted around wood.
Correct. Yeah.
So that's what I get, and it still smells nice. Probably to the man who doesn't want to smell so femme, like he's got a flower in his hair.
Gotcha.
That's the one for you.
What I like about this one is the added presence of the vanilla and the benzoin. And what they do, I think, is they add that sweet undertone, that characteristic in the base to sort of offset the fruitiness of the ylang ylang.
Yeah.
And for me, I don't know why. Maybe it's my experience with previous ylang ylang fragrances, but a lot of them come off smelling like banana.
I've heard you say that often, so I believe you. I don't get that. I'm not a banana fan. Like when it comes to like the banana gum or banana flavored puddings and I like banana pudding. I'm sorry.
I'm not big on that either.
I like banana pudding.
Okay.
I've had with the cookies and the.
I'm sure at one point in my life.
Oh my god! But the smell of banana, I'm not a fan of.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Not that there are many banana fragrances out there. I know Profumi del Forte has one.
A popular one, which used to be on all these summertime lists at one point.
And they carry it at Oswald, I think.
I know what it is. I'm not going to remember it right now, so let's move on.
But I really like this one. And then the third one is called Moheli. And this one has kind of like a marine vibe. It has a marine overtone with an elemi resin. It also has ylang ylang, bay rose, jasmine, cedar, amber, and musk.
This has an incensey quality about it.
Okay.
Probably the marine aspect would come off more on skin because I don't get it much on the paper.
Yeah.
But the funny thing that I have to mention that when we first sprayed these, we were prepping for the video, we said like they all smell the same.
Yeah.
But later, as they dry down, they all smell uniquely different.
Yeah. Because I think we were definitely picking up on the note of ylang ylang.
This reminds me of like just like nighttime like tropical vacation, perhaps burning incense on the beach under the moonlight with some vague florals blowing in,
Absolutely.
From the water and stuff. Really,
it smells
nice.
like you're on vacation. It's calming, it's relaxing, it's tropical. It smells like a nice getaway.
But not cliche. None of these are cliche. Like like overly fruity or overly tropical suntan look. They all have a very nice. I'm very glad. I didn't want to do this today. I wanted to wait till our next meeting. I'm very happy we did this. I like them.
Thank you.
Yeah,
all right, Carlos, I really
do.
appreciate that. Yeah. And it's a great house, it brings me great pleasure to be able to discover these brands day after day and to be able to, put together these videos with you. And this is a wonderful brand that I think is worthy of the attention. If you're in the market for something that smells fresh, just tropical, bright.
Keyword tropical, sorry to cut you off.
Tropical. No, it needs to be emphasized. It just puts you in that mindset of being on vacation.
Yeah, for sure.
And these definitely do it. So my favorite, if I had to pick one, I would say Anjouan.
I'm going to go with this one.
Moroni.
Only because I know on my skin this would just develop nicely. It would probably be too feminine for a minute, but as it dries down and it develops on skin, would be a very pleasant experience to wear, I think.
Definitely.
But actually, I find something favorable in each and one of them. Every one of them.
In all of them. All right, so that was it. That was episode 12 of Indie Scent Exposure. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm also going to leave Carlos's information down below, so if you are interested, please check him out. He has a lot of great content over on his channel. Subscribe to both of us, and please remember to enable notifications by clicking on the bell.
Ding!
So thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next episode. Take care.